Hi guys. So this is a bit of a different video today, and it's a video that when you get engaged and then start planning your wedding, you never think you're going to have to make. Yeah, it's been a weird few weeks really, and I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit more about it. When we got engaged over 18 months ago, we were so excited, and don't get me wrong, we still are very excited. But as you know, the last 6 months or so have been totally changed by coronavirus, and we had planned to get married this year. End of September this year, we were meant to be getting married in Italy. We were meant to be having 40 of our closest friends and family in Italy with us, and yeah, it was just meant to be the most magical day of our lives, well, magical weekend of our lives. As far as I can remember, I've always dreamed of getting married in Italy. So when we went to Italy last year and we stumbled across this incredible venue, I was blown away. Instantly we knew we wanted to get married there. It was a venue that we had arranged to see on a very last minute basis, and wasn't in our original plan to go and see when we were out there. But the minute we got there, we just knew it was the one. And yeah, it's been an interesting few months. Everything seemed like it was going to plan, and then of course a few months ago coronavirus hit, and that was when the first doubt in our minds kind of told us that this might not be possible. And I'm just going to insert here that I totally understand that there's so many amazing couples in the same position as this because of coronavirus this year, and my heart goes out to you for having to postpone your weddings too, but ultimately that's what we have decided to do. We've postponed our wedding, and yeah, it's just tough. I was speaking to someone yesterday, and sorry, I realise this is totally rambling, but this is totally raw and unedited footage, and I wanted to just speak to camera and put across some of my emotions and thoughts on video in case there's anyone else going through this, because one of the most amazing things that's happened during this has been how much I've realised I've got the most amazing people in our lives, and also just people who aren't close friends and family, and the outpouring of love from them as well. There's a few people that I've spoken to recently who are in similar situations, and they're either thinking of postponing their wedding or have postponed, and just feeling connected to those people through a shared experience is just incredible. Now, we have postponed our wedding, we haven't cancelled it, so of course I don't have the emotional sadness of cancelling a wedding, which some people do experience, but postponing it's been such a bizarre roller coaster of emotions, because it's been something that's been outside of our control, but it's also been something that's felt so personal, and it's also just been yeah, an emotional whirlwind really. Of course, at the beginning of this pandemic we still had 6 months to our wedding, so we weren't really too concerned, and of course the world didn't really think that this was going to be what it's ended up being. We thought by the end of September, getting married then, that would be totally fine, that everything in the UK would have resumed back to normal by then. We thought this pandemic was going to last like a month or two. I remember leaving work in March and me joking to colleagues that I'll see you in 6 weeks, because why on earth would we, and even 6 weeks seemed like a long period of time to be not in the office, and just thinking how bizarre is it that we're being sent to work from home and the world is going into lockdown. So we never even thought at the beginning of this pandemic that our wedding would even be affected. We obviously thought about people's weddings who were in kind of the nearer future, April, May, June, and some of our neighbours were actually getting married in June, and we'd had those conversations with them, and they ultimately postponed their wedding back in beginning of May. And never did I think that we would have to postpone our wedding. So it's been a weird one, because everything seems like it's gone really slow the past few months, but then also really quick. It's really bizarre. It's a weird feeling. Again, I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm just trying to get like all of my thoughts, and it's quite a cathartic way of speaking, because I usually go to therapy for this kind of thing, but obviously therapy is not allowed at the moment. Well, face-to-face therapy isn't. So this is my way of having a chat with you guys and just letting it all out. But yeah, I'm filming this video a week after we decided to postpone our wedding, and it's been emotional. We postponed our wedding last Tuesday after having a wonderful conversation with our venue in Italy, who were incredibly accommodating and have just basically let us move our wedding weekend from the end of September to next August instead. And they made it such an easy process, and I can't thank them enough for making that process easy, because this has been a really hard few weeks. I obviously, in the run-up to postponing, was really aware of the uncertainty around not knowing if we were going to get married in September, and I kept saying I just want to postpone in a lot of ways, because I felt like the last 4 months of run-up to our wedding had been stolen from us, and I didn't want to go even further into this process and closer to our wedding date still not knowing what was going on. Once we postponed, there was this kind of relief, and the knowing that we didn't have to plan a wedding for this year. We could refocus all of our efforts into next year. I sent a lot of emails to all of our vendors and photographer, videographer and florist, who have all been incredible, by the way. And if anyone's looking for photographer, videographer, florist, anything like that, please do get in touch, and I can recommend them, because they're amazing. They've been incredibly useful and easy to work with during this process. So before we postponed and as we postponed, I felt like a relief, like the emotions had lifted. But what I totally was not prepared for were that week following, and I've just come back onto Instagram after taking a week off, because I was just totally unprepared for that. I felt the excitement and the relief of postponing and not having to deal with that uncertainty, but what I hadn't thought about was how that postponement would make me feel, and it's made me feel incredibly vulnerable and yeah, just out of control. I don't know, it's been tough. I don't want to get upset on camera, because I've had a week to process this, and I do feel incredibly lucky that it is just a postponement and we have been able to move our wedding. But when you're not in control of a situation, it feels really tough. I have felt quite a lot of grief for what would have been, and it's going to be really tough, I think, as well now on the weekend of what would have been our wedding. So I need to have some kind of plan. So if anyone has any ideas, please do let me know, because me and Theo aren't sure what we want to do that weekend, whether we want to celebrate what would have been wedding with friends and family, or whether we just want to head off on an adventure and just pretend that it wasn't that weekend. I don't know, but yeah, it's been a tough week. I just, like I say, this video is so raw. I just wanted to come on and just put across some emotions of how I've been feeling the past couple of months. I know there's so many people in the same position as us, and I really feel for all of you, because I've cried a lot the past week and I've felt a lot of very strong and intense emotions and sadness and grieving what would have been our wedding. But now I'm getting to the point now where I can get excited again. It's been just over a week and I feel like we can finally move on from this. I need to start planning the wedding again, because we'd kind of put all of our plans on hold the past few months until we knew what we were doing. So I have got my wedding dress. I did try it on the other day because I just wanted to feel like a bride again, because I felt like that had been stolen from me the past few months. And then we'll start planning again. We have moved everything to next August. We will be heading out to Italy to get married with our friends and family, who have also been incredible and flexible at moving their trip to Italy from this year to next year. And yeah, I don't know why I wanted to film this video. More of a cathartic video for me, but also just to show that, I don't know, it hasn't been easy, and I feel for everybody who's gone through this as well the past few months, both this situation but also coronavirus itself, and people have lost loved ones and it's been tough, and this is just another thing on top, basically. Not only have we been all living through a global pandemic, but we have not been able to see our friends and family. We have lost loved ones. We have been made redundant. We have lost jobs. We have lost income. We have had suffering through our emotional state and well-being, and on top of all of that, there has been cancelled weddings and cancelled honeymoons and cancelled birthdays and cancelled anniversaries and just everything, and it's just been tough. And I just wanted to document that and just say I'm thinking of you if you're going through this too, in any capacity. Yeah, I don't know if this is interesting or not, and apologies if this is hella boring, but yeah, thank you for watching. I've got some more exciting and upbeat videos coming in the next couple of weeks, so yeah, stay tuned. Please hit the like button if you like this video, and hit the subscribe button if you want to be alerted of more of my videos when I publish. So yeah, thank you for all being there, and stay tuned for more. Bye.